I was telling them in Okrika yesterday when I was preaching in Port Harcourt. I said, it's in 1980 that you can call your child 5 a.m. in the morning and say, be careful of boys, be careful of girls, don't do this, don't do that. Advice alone can't work now. There have been modification in the spirit realm. If all you gave your children is advice, you'll be shocked. They will remember it while they are breaking it. But there will be a territorial force that will be too strong on their soul structure. Unless, in addition to advice, you add priesthood. So like the mother hen covers the chick. If you advise them when they go, make sure you're on the altar. Because if you don't cover them, you'll be shocked. They will come back and they will surprise you. And it's not their fault. They entered territorial energy levels superior to the advice you give them. So advice is good, still valid. But in addition to advice, add some priesthood. They are territorial forces. In Daniel chapter 10 verse 20 and 21, the Bible said Israel was in captivity for 70 years by the forces of Babylon. Until Daniel discovered that this thing is beyond the king. And he said he went to pray. It was in that place of prayer that Gabriel showed up. And told him what is going on here is beyond the king. There is a prince called the Prince of Persia that wrote a law over Babylon. So anybody that sits on that throne will follow the dictates of the Prince of Persia. The day you knelt down, from verse 12, he said answer was released from heaven. He said, but the Prince of Persia withstood me for 21 days so that the answer will not show up. But Daniel knew that if you are dealing with territorial issue, the priesthood requirement is more. So he didn't stand up until answer come, I go nowhere. And he was there 21 days. Princes were fighting in the heavenlies, archangels, both in light and in darkness, until the matter became too serious for Gabriel. Michael had to come in. So God had to send the warrior angel. And when Michael showed up, Michael withstood him and gave Gabriel a window to come and tell Daniel what was going on in the heavenly. Now imagine you in Babylon and you have advice. I say, I will not pervert, I will not fornicate, I will not. They will laugh at you. The energy is too much. See, a hawk can fly at 10 feet and 20 feet. He will be doing styles. When the hawk go to 40 feet, only eagles fly there. The pressure there is too strong for his wings. So what territorial spirits do is that they introduce pressure into your space that is superior to your intelligence, that is superior to your consecration. So if you don't know how to receive help, you will have the best of intentions, but you will crash. This is why all of us need the help of God, because we are dealing with spirits that have different jurisdictions and jurisprudence, intelligence in darkness to enslave men. And there are other spirits that are not only territorial, they are transgenerational. The Bible calls it the evil of this age. Galatians 1, 3 and 4. There are spirits that control an age. And those types are even more subtle in intelligence. That's why you can be a preacher, moving in the anointing, but all your life you'll be arrogant. You won't even realize it. And because of that arrogance, you are not fornicating, no, but because of that arrogance, there are weights of glory that cannot be committed to you. You are fasting, you are praying, you have revelation, but you are arrogant. And you may think you are being a prophet or an apostle. It's a manipulation. So when you begin to look at an age, a generation, you will see patterns. Patterns that affect people who succeed. Patterns that affect people who fail. Because these spirits have sufficient intelligence to impact people. The goal of that spirit is not necessarily to stop you, but is to have a harvest in your manifestation. That's what that spirit came to do with Jesus. If you are the Son of God, I know you have an agenda. I won't stop you. Fulfill your agenda, but bow to me, so that I will also be a stakeholder in your ordination. If Jesus had bowed to that spirit, Jesus would have fulfilled his purpose, but the spirit would have had the harvest. And so today you find many prophets and apostles. They grow in influence. Excellent preachers raising the dead, but they have disflowered 15 ladies. They have children outside wedlock, and there are many women in different places that they are sleeping with apart from their family. So although there's a testimony of God with them, although there's power of God with them, but anybody that hear them preach fornication, lust will enter their soul. So you don't know why the guy is preaching holiness, but you are dreaming and you are having perversive and immoral dreams. What is going on? It's because it's beyond words. It's energy. A spirit has corrupted him. And that spirit will manage his ministry for him to grow, because he needs him to be more influential so that more people can be corrupt. If he's talking to 500 people, it's not enough. So help him to be popular. Help him to become influential. Let him talk to 10 million people, so that every time 10 million people hear him, an energy will be introduced into their space, and they won't know why. So you will find many young preachers who love God honestly will start struggling. They don't know what's happening. It's an intelligence. It's an intelligence. So you may know and you may not know, but there are forces affecting a generation. This is why we all need the help of God.